My name is Samantha Roski, and I wanted to do my study on the effects of exercise on people's emotions. And at first I was going to do something totally different, but I was running the other day and decided to change my topic. I wanted to know the benefits of exercise, which everyone knows that working out's good for you, it's good for your body. A lot of people forget to realize it can also be good for your mind. And regular exercise is proven to help managing stress and other things such as mood and reducing anxiety. Studies show that when you exercise, your brain releases endorphins, adrenaline, serotonin, and dopamine. And these chemicals can work together to boost your mood and improve your emotions. Research suggests that exercise is as effective as medication for improving mood in some people with mild to moderate depression. In fact, just about 30 minutes of exercise has shown to improve the moods of people with depression even when their medication has not worked for them. Some other studies indicate that exercise is beneficial, but we don't know how long it'll last for those people. It could only be short term. So I wanted to know what type of exercise was best, and cardio or aerobics seem to be the best for increasing your mood. Acute, chronic, and moderate to high intensity exercise. The longer, more strenuous exercise has been suggested to cause a phenomenon called runner's high. So I've been running, and that's when I really wanted to study runner's highs, because I've always heard about it and didn't know exactly what it was or how to get it. So runner's high is commonly heard, but defining it is challenging. A lot of athletes have heard about it, most believe in it, but there's also been controversy over whether it really exists. For a long time, there was no way to really test it, but in the 1970s, the term was coined, and it's used to describe euphoric sensations runners experience. Some symptoms are increased resistance to pain, enhanced appreciation of nature, heightened sense of well-being, and a deeper connection between their mind and body. So, is it all in their head? In 2008, researchers reported they were able to actually demonstrate runner's high using PET to monitor the endorphin levels of the athletes after a 2-hour running session. Other research has shown that even though endorphins are released when you run, there's not any real evidence that they're what causes a change in someone's mood. So it's still a little bit controversial if it's really going to boost your mood or not from running. So over here I have two pictures because pleasure and pain are two things associated with running, which I have never had runner's high, or I don't think I've tried. Running for me, pain more so, out of breath, lots of agony, not really any high, great symptoms. But my hypothesis was that people who have higher levels of endorphins after their run will report a positive increase in their emotional state compared to those not participating in any physical activity. And participants, I was going to use undergrad students from here at ETSU. We got 30 for our study, and they are from the Eastern Tennessee, Southwest Virginia region. We're using a random sample to get both males and females. All students have to sign a written consent form, and they will be compensated by one free session with a personal trainer at the Wellness Center. So the procedure, we're going to take two randomly assigned groups. One group is going to not do any physical activity, and the other group will run on a treadmill for an hour at a set of 4, which is moderate to whatever. So we're going to conduct the PET scan just like the study in Germany, and I know that there's not one at ETSU. We're just going to assume that we have one available. And so we're going to study the brain before and after each group has performed their activity for the hour, and then test to see if endorphins were produced in the limbic and prefrontal areas, which are associated with emotions. Then a questionnaire will be given to both groups after completing their task, and they will be assessed on their emotional responses before and after completing the task. We expect to see those who ran for 1 hour to have higher ratings of happiness and euphoria than those in the control group. If my hypothesis is supported, then it will show that endorphins are in fact related to the increased mood, so the runner's high theory will be validated. And it's important because it can show that exercise is really therapeutic and should be incorporated to some things for treating depression and anxiety. Limitations of the study include the population, because it's only a small sample, and they're college age, not representative of everyone. So conducting the experiment in the lab versus outdoors is also a limitation. Basing our results on the ratings of participants could be misleading because everyone's personal experiences are different and they might rank their happiness different than someone else. And another huge limitation was, as I described, the cost of PET scanning, because it's hard to really keep up with it. So further research would be conducting a similar study, doing it outdoors versus in the lab. And then another thing I thought would be interesting is to study running addiction, because a lot of people say runner's high gives them the same feelings as taking a drug. So I thought we could maybe relate something to how people get addicted to running. And there's my references.